What up YouTube, Johnny Law here. Hey, want to make a quick video. I promised y'all I'd make a video about brisket, so I'm gonna keep part of my word. I'm trying something different with my brisket, so this video's gonna focus on cooking the brisket instead of my normal recipe. I was gonna give out my normal recipe, but I think I'll hold that back just a little while longer. I wanted to try out, obviously this seasoning you saw I used from my ribs, and they had the big one in stock, so I bought the big one. But I wanted to try this seasoning out. This is Holy Cow Barbecue Rub from the Meat Church. They were featured on Barbecue Pit Masters, so I wanted to try their rub out, and so this is the video for that. Like I said, this video is going to focus on cooking or smoking briskets on the Traeger pellet grill instead of my recipe and cook times and how I set my grill up and everything. So what I've done here is I've got my pit ready to go, fired up, warmed up to temp, ready to start smoking. But I didn't want to show you guys just me sprinkling rub on the brisket. Obviously everybody can figure out, hey, you just shake the seasoning over the brisket. But this is what the brisket looks like. I've been marinating these. These have been marinating for about 6 hours. So the rub still looks good. So I'm just going to throw them on the pit as is. I'm smoking two. I think one's 8.5 pounds and the other one's a little over 9. That's the size brisket that I do like to cook for the most part. When I can find them this small. I can get them if I go to like a meat market or something. But if I'm going to my local grocery store, typically they're about 12 to 14 pounds. And those are just kind of too big for how I like to smoke. Again, I'm a low and slow smoker. So a lot of y'all may watch this video and, oh my God, 14 hours smoking, are you crazy? That's just what I do to put flavor in my meat, low and slow. Barbecues, to me, is just kick back, relax, do it nice, calm, slowly for most meats. Now obviously if you're cooking a steak or something, hot and fast is the way to go, at least for our taste, mine and my family's. But this is my brisket how-to video on how I smoke them on a Traeger. So here we are at the pit. I've got it set on smoke. Like I said, I've already fired it up, got it preheated, and then backed it back down to smoke. So I'm going to just throw my briskets on. Now what I'm going to do is, right in the middle, I'm going to put a pan with some water, and that's just to keep a little moisture in the cooking chamber. I'm going to smoke them for 6 hours uncovered. After about 6 hours, I'm going to just come and check them. If they look good and I feel that they've taken as much smoke as they're going to be able to, then I'll take them off and wrap them. Any piece of meat that you cook, there's only so much smoke that's going to be able to penetrate into that meat. So some people will not wrap them. I do wrap them. It keeps it more tender. I like my briskets not competition style, really, really tender. When you slice it, it basically falls apart. That is not a competition style brisket. Competition style brisket, you can slice into it, and again, it's got a little tug, just like the ribs. Not tough, but just like a little bite. So come on closer and let me show you what we do. Now the biggest secret to cooking brisket is when you put your brisket on, put it on fat side up. Just like that. So if you see that, this is all the fat. What this does is when the brisket starts coming up to temp and starts basically cooking, the fat will start kind of melting and basically kind of marinate the brisket for you from the top down. So again, I'm cooking 2 briskets. So So I got both briskets on, and like I said, I'm gonna let them smoke for 6 hours, and I'm gonna come back and check them. So I'll show you the next step when we get to it. Okay, this is what the briskets look like after about 6 hours of smoke. As you can see, and through here where it's shiny, that's the fat actually starting to render down, and that's exactly what I want to see. Now what I've done here is I pulled them off the pit, and I've got a double layer of aluminum foil for the bottom. So I wrap them up in double foil, and then I wrap it up on the top twice so that it ends up looking like that. Now also keep in mind that you still want to keep fat side up. The whole cooking process fat side up, so make sure you don't lose your orientation. Wrap them, set them fat side up, put them in your pan, transfer them. Everything is done fat side up. So now what I've done is the Traeger was on smoke setting. I moved it up one click, so that'll put it about 200 to 220 degrees, and I will finish it off for the next 8 hours like that. So the next video you see, or the next segment in the video that you see, will be of me slicing the briskets so you can see how they turned out. Alright guys, here's a brisket. I cooked them it was right at about 15 hours. So I wanted to show you the finished product. They've been cooling for about 2 hours. They still are kind of warm. I'm just going to show you one. The other one's exactly the same, just to keep the video short. Here we go. It's like Christmas unwrapping a present. Come on in here. Alright guys, so you see, that's the juice that's coming out of this brisket. So, how I cook my briskets, let me wash my hands because I did touch my face. So now, like I told you, how I smoke my briskets is everybody's going to have their own way, hot and fast, low and slow. It's completely up to you. But now if you want a good rule of thumb, you're using an electric smoker, pellet grill, or I think it's called a John McLemore's, I forget the name of it, but they're like $200 at Academy. It's a wood chip electric grill. The Cajun Chef, I think is what it's called. That you can smoke them and get the same results. You do not have to buy a high dollar barbecue pit, one like I got. You can do it on a charcoal pit, a stick burner, whatever you want. Now these are pretty efficient, so if you don't want to do like a 15-hour smoke or whatever, if you do an hour a pound plus 2 hours, that's more than enough for you to do a brisket. But I wanted to penetrate it with some more smoke, so that's what I did. Like I said, about 15 hours. This brisket, I could have cooked it in 11. So it got an extra 4 hours of cook time. But as you see, the juice, it's not dry. So I just wanted to show you that my briskets, you can go like that with them. And that's how I cook them. So now what I want to do is, now how they're cooked as well, they do not slice very good. This is not a competition brisket. The cook times would be different. I'm not a competition cooker. So this is just me in my backyard. I'm going to go ahead and cut it up. And as you can see, it's just falling apart. But what I'm trying to show you is, look at the smoke ring. So even a pellet cooker can give you an awesome smoke ring. So, any comments, questions, put them down below. I'll try to answer them. And as always, thank you for watching my videos.